In service administration, we focus on ways to configure and manage user accounts, user roles, and user jurisdiction. Use this lesson to learn how to navigate through the tabs of Stratus, create new users or edit existing users, and review a summary of the license. To begin, we must first log in. As administrators, we set up our own account during the initial setup of Stratus, so we can enter a username, probably our email address, and a password. We may want to select the Remember Me box to ease future logon procedures. After completing the entries, we can select the Sign In button. On the Logon screen, we can see a Need Help Signing In link. Selecting this link causes a secondary link to appear asking, "Forgot your password?" Selecting it produces a window where typing an email address will begin a password reset process. Just click this link to return to the main lesson. Let's select the Sign In button to enter Stratus. After logging in, we initially landed on the task screen. If we look left, we see a vertical panel designed to supply ways to navigate through Stratus's tabs. On the top, we see the RedSeal logo and the Current tab. Currently, the Model Administration tab. This tab houses the tools to collect configuration data from cloud sources along with any scanner data and endpoint data. This data establishes a network model in Stratus to help us visualize cloud networks for what's in the network, how it's connected, and if it's at risk. From here, let's navigate to the next tab, Inventory. This tab reveals the inventory we've collected. We can see our model or a map of our network. We can also see a list of objects and data for our collection efforts. Our next tab, Exposure, supports our inventory view. This tab reveals the resources exposed to the internet. And now we will navigate to the System Administration tab, where we begin our focus of this lesson. During this lesson, we will view and practice interacting with the functions and features that support the management of users, their roles, and their jurisdiction. Please follow the interaction requests to move forward with the lesson. The overview supports the view of all active users. We can use the table shown to see both the login time and the duration of each session. Then we can look quickly at any active processes such as data collection. We should start our user management with our own user account. Navigate up and towards the top right corner and select the User Profile feature. In the drop-down menu, select My Profile. The selection opened a window divided into 3 frames. The first frame provides each user with personal information. Then, the second shows us specific authorizations. We will walk through and practice setting these authorizations in this lesson. Our third section shows us jurisdiction. The jurisdiction represents which part of the network a user can see or access. As administrators, we can assign certain topology groups like Internet or resources like AWS to specific users. Our current user sees all. Now click the Close button to continue. As our screen changes, we can see the navigation panel once again. This time, select the User Management option. The table of users displays several columns of data related to a user. If we look to the right, we see a column tool. Click it one time. This feature allows us to select or unselect column headings to complete our view of data related to users. Click the column tool again. The column tool toggles off. Notice that we selected a user account using a check mark on the left side of the row. The blue highlight also indicates the selection along with a toolbar revealing several action buttons. We will use the Edit button to find out what information we can change. Within the Edit User window, we find the user details, role selection, and jurisdiction. Each frame contains options to alter this user's access and responsibilities in Stratus. For now, we will just return to user management. We may notice the toolbar of action buttons disappeared. We only need to select a user again, and the toolbar reappears. The next action button, the lock, prevents changes by other administrator roles. Next to it, the circular icon button allows an administrator to reset the password. Once selected, a secondary window launches to confirm the reset. We can select No to bypass this action. The three-dot menu button allows us to choose from several actions. By clicking it, we reveal the options. We cannot perform some of the options because we selected our own account while logging in. Depending on role and permissions, an administrator can perform these actions on one or multiple accounts simultaneously. Clicking outside the menu toggles it closed. Our last button involves adding a user. Click the button to see what happens. An Add User form enables us to complete entries. Take a look at the jurisdiction section. It gives us options for selecting from the current content of our model. The two options represent topology groups, or a grouping of configuration files associated to a resource or access areas. We can assign user access to specific areas of the model or all existing and future areas. Let's just return to user management using the provided link. Now click the final option of the Service Administration tab, Service Settings. The two functions under this area supply opportunities to view and manage an exit banner or to view and manage the Stratus license status. Click on the license summary icon first. For now, we can only view the information and details as this license supports testing only. See bottom notation. The other areas of this summary reveal the device limit, the license for secure configuration standards like CIS or STIG, and the number of devices or VPCs from a resource. As we return to the Service Settings area, we can select the banner function. This supplies an option to show a window when a user logs off. We can enter any text we want to show in this window. Let's return to the main window by clicking the provided link. This concludes our lesson on the Service Administration tab. Here's what we learned so far. We can navigate the tabs of Stratus. We can create a new user or edit an existing user for access, password problems, and model visibility restrictions. We can recognize the purpose of jurisdiction and security roles, and we can look up the license summary. Repeat this video and simulation at any time or exit now and select another lesson.